Okay. All right. Hi, Megan. Thanks for coming in today. What brings you in?
So I've just been feeling pretty anxious about my current situation in school and looking for jobs. I don't find this work, my current work, super satisfying or fulfilling. And I just find myself getting really anxious about figuring out the next step to the point where I just kind of shut down and avoid it and put it off until I really have to do something. But I don't really know how to just find the motivation to want to find the motivation to, first of all, study for the CPCE because we got to do that. And what's it called? I just don't know if this is the field for me, but I'm way too sucked in deep. And after we graduate, then it's another loophole of 2 years of supervised hours. And I just don't really know if I see myself being satisfied in this work. And my parents are like, just get a stable job. And it makes me feel bad because I'm like, why isn't that enough? Why am I not content? Um, yeah, and I'm just worried that this dissatisfaction will just last forever. And I don't want to live like that.
Well, thank you for sharing that with me. That's not easy to say, especially when you feel like you've spent so much time and made such big decisions around your career path. So I think that takes a lot of courage and also um, striving for some self-honesty. Um, what I would like to do is just learn a little bit more about you so that I can understand how you see this issue and yeah, just get to know you a little bit better. Um, uh, what is you mentioned your family. Can
Hmm.
you tell me a little bit about your family dynamic, your who you're close to, and important relationships within that family?
Yeah, yeah. So it's kind of hectic, family, bear with me. I'm adopted and I've come into contact with my biological family, at least my birth mom, her parents, some people on that side, and they live in St. Pete.
Okay.
So it sucks because I haven't seen them in like years, but we talk on the phone. And then my parents, my adoptive parents. Um, we've come a long way. We have a good relationship now, but they also don't live here. And so it's kind of just over the phone, and I really only get to see them over holidays. So that kind of sucks. And my sister lives in Nashville, who's just like the sister I grew up with. She wasn't adopted. Um, we're close, but again, she lives in Nashville. And so it's kind of just me.
Hmm.
Um, in Atlanta. So I feel like I'm kind of lacking support in terms of, I don't know, being able to see my people, my
Hmm.
family. Yeah, and I have a boyfriend that's going pretty smooth, who's also sober. And um, I don't know, I just feel like this is kind of a lonely journey.
Hmm.
And on top of not feeling fulfilled from this kind of work, let me give you an example.
Okay.
So when I see a kiddo in session and we only have 50 minutes together, and I know that his home life isn't great, like his parents are not the best parents. I don't know how else to put it.
Mhm.
It's like, how much can I actually do in a 50-minute session to help this person's life besides creating a safe space? Like that kind of, I need more than that. So,
Something
yeah,
something more tangible in the immediate term rather than it's difficult to plant seeds that you might never see or uncertain if they will ever sprout.
exactly. So it's like, am I just planting these seeds for nothing?
Hmm. Well, I want to circle back a little bit to um, what you shared with me about your social support here in Atlanta. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Atlanta.
Okay.
It's funny, I actually went and cringe, but Arted Out, the site I work at, my high school, which I went to from fifth grade, is right next to it. So that's just, I didn't think that would end up happening. Um, but I mean, it's also a really good location. I have a few good friends, but I don't have a consistent, I don't know. I want to say social interactions, but I feel like that's not entirely accurate.
Hmm.
Um, I think it's just like it was easy in high school and college to kind of just have like a group of people that you were always with. And so not having that anymore, it just adds on top of the dissatisfaction and fulfillment. But I don't know. I am happier when I'm being social.
Hmm.
But it's, I mean, adulting, it's just harder. We don't have food on the table for us. We don't have our parents making plans for us to go do sports or hang out with each other. And a lot of people just don't have time. Like, it's really hard to make plans that stick the first time and consistently.
Hmm. Yeah, it sounds like you're in a little bit of a transitionary period of um, when things were more prescriptive and you're on a track and there's just organic, easy, accessible um, camaraderie, and now it's more up to you.
Yeah, and I'm not good at that. Like making that happen.
That's not your
So,
natural style.
no, and I don't really know other people who are in my same boat. Just like in school still.
Mhm.
A lot of the work comes from doing it alone, and it's hard. Like sometimes I'll work from home with a friend, but then we get nothing done. We're both just talking. Um, I don't know. I just feel like I've been in this transition period for as long as this program and some.
Hmm. And you're in this is like your third or second year,
Third,
third year. Okay.
I took it slow.
Um, when I'm curious about when this feeling began and um where you would place it, how you would sort of conceptualize it on maybe a scale of 1 to 100 of the intensity of the misgivings that you're having now. So where when it began and kind of the intensity now of these feelings.
Okay. I'd say about a year and a half ago, it did last longer than that, but about a year and a half ago, so like halfway into this program, was when I just noticed I feel like I'm just on autopilot trying to get these things done that don't fulfill me.
Mhm.
And so to answer your question, I mean, after last night's class about the CPCE, and I just keep bombing it, 78.
78. Okay. Um, okay. I'm curious. This is probably a lot uh to deal with when you feel like you're on a moving track. and you're getting closer towards some pretty big milestones in terms of a comprehensive exam and some taking some action around getting a job. Um, how much has this affected your mood? Have you experienced any anxiety or depression far and above what is a baseline for you?
Um, I feel like I'm just always at a baseline of being anxious, especially when, something like class happens and I'm like, it's a little wake up call, but it's not enough to, I don't know, start studying every day and get excited about applying for a job because that actually just does not excite me at all. Because I kind of feel like once I do pass this milestone and get a job, I'll still be feeling stuck.
Hmm. Okay. Um, you mentioned that your boyfriend is sober,
Yes.
um, and um, before we started, you mentioned that you were sober curious. Um, I just wanted to check in on how do you feel about your relationship to um, your drugs of choice, whether they be alcohol or other.
Um, I'd say that I do use drinking as a coping mechanism, and I don't like it, but it's also not enough to impair other than me feeling like crap, like inside, not physically.
Okay.
Um, it's just easier it's what I know. I mean, every single person in my family has some form of something having to do with addiction. Um, so yeah, I definitely don't want to keep going down that track, but it's what's helping right now.
Okay. Um, you mentioned your family and its history. You have some folks in your family that struggled with substance abuse.
Yes.
What about other mental health issues that you're aware of in your family? You did mention that you were adopted and sometimes even though you've reconnected with that family, there may not be as much knowledge about that. But what do you know?
Well, I actually met them because I got 23 and me, so I kind of do know everything now,
Okay.
and I don't know how helpful it is for me to know all of this because it definitely just makes me more anxious.
Hmm.
But at least on my mom's side, there's no, it's either cancer or drinking and dying. And then on my dad's side, they are all dead from alcohol. Mental illness, I don't think they are aware of that that's a thing.
Right. It's a more of an old school approach to
Yeah.
mental health. I gotcha. So not a real there's not like, oh well, on my dad's side there's a history of bipolar or psychosis or
Yeah.
depression. It's just alcoholism was sort of the maybe the solution to some potential mental health issues that are unknown.
Right. Um, Also my birth mom who doesn't drink anymore, she uh alcohol was her thing and Xanax. And Xanax is actually something I've never tried. And I just obviously that sounds like a horrible idea.
Hmm.
And I forgot where I was going with that.
That's okay. It sounds like you have really good insight. There's a high level of awareness that like,
And
hey,
that's about it.
hey, that's a starting place. Not everybody has that. That there's some, potential like yellow lights flashing,
Yeah, yeah.
potential danger around that from a hereditary and genetic standpoint. But not to the extent that you're feeling compelled at this point to take some drastic action.
No, and I would like to not get to that point. So we'll see.
in my experience, it just yeah, it you just find out when you find out, you know. So yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you sharing that with me. We've got a few more minutes, uh, and I always like to check in with new clients about where they are in terms of feelings of wanting to hurt themselves, suicide, feelings of um, suicidality.
None
Um,
of that.
okay, so you're not experiencing that right now, and then also any desires to hurt someone else.
Not today. I'm kidding. No, none.
It's too early in our relationship for you to be kidding like. Let's get to session
No,
three. So so no at this moment in time, no wish to
no.
okay,
Hmm.
gotcha. All right. Well, what else do you think is important for me to know about you as we start working together? What am I missing, if anything?
Hmm. That's a good question. Um, Little goals work better for me. If I think it's too big, I can't look or think about it.
Hmm.
Um, I think I kind of told you everything that's relevant, I think.
So that I relate to what you said about little goals and feeling overwhelmed by big ones. Do you? I'm curious if you had symptoms that are or been diagnosed with ADHD in the past.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm on Adderall.
Okay.
Vyvanse, yes,
Yeah.
ADD. So skills around that would be helpful because I don't really know skills.
Cool. Yeah. There's there's a lot of room for growth then, and we can definitely work on that and see trial and error what works. I think that medication is great for people struggling with this, and also it never hurts to have some skills as well. Um, and I asked that. It was interesting that you mentioned that because um, ADHD. Um, I'll share with you that I've also been diagnosed with ADHD, and overwhelm is a huge shutdown situation for those of us with that, and um, seeing some connections to this situation with school that's really dominating some of your thoughts and concerns and anxieties right now. So um, yeah, maybe we can keep that in mind as we're discussing, you know, what's
Sounds
going on.
good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Okay. Um, well, we're about at time. I really appreciate everything you've shared with me. You've helped me get a better understanding of you as a person. Obviously, that's just the surface, but we have to start somewhere. And I'm really looking forward to getting to know you better and working with you.
Me too. Thank you.
Cool. All right. We'll see you next time.